Yo, what's up, everyone? Um, Guzman here. I just want to go over what I'm gonna be looking at some predictions. I'm gonna be analyzing the markets for this coming week, especially for tomorrow, Monday. Today's August 10th, 2025. Let's hop right on the charts and start looking at Nasdaq. We're gonna start off with Nasdaq. So first, I'm gonna start off on a higher time frame. Me personally, what I trade is ICC. Okay, indication, correction, and continuation, and I got that from SEI. This guy named Sai, he's a YouTuber. I want to give my flowers. He showed me it. Well, I studied it off his YouTube, and it works, and I'm starting to see success with it, and I'm very grateful for it. So the difference between him is like kind of like a supply and demand, kind of like price action kind of strategy. You just look on the highs and the lows of the trend, and you usually enter on the pullbacks, on the corrections for the continuations. Anyways, um, that's what I trade, and he does it for free. Like, he doesn't have a course or nothing like that. So, in order for me to be a true ICC day trader, I would need to follow his methods and his ways. And his way is to give stuff out for free, and I want to give out this trading strategy out for free, of course, because I mean, bro, I'm not one to hog. We can all eat, bro. Let's all eat. So we're gonna be looking at Nasdaq today, and let's look at Nasdaq. So first, if I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna hop in the charts. I start on the higher time frame because I want to see the bias of the direction of the trend. So right now, the bias of the direction is bullish, right? It was going up, big down move, but as you see right here, it starts making. This is a lower low, and then this is the lower high, and then this is pulling back. So in order for this higher time frame bearishness to continue, this low had to break this lower low right here, but it didn't. It stopped here midway, came back, and then instead of making a lower low, it made a higher high. It broke this lower high and changed direction. So now the price is bullish. So now, actually, last week I got into it. I was right here. I got into it right here. So I got in at the beginning. Anyways, so this is bullish. So boom, higher time frame's bullish. So I'd be looking at these levels. I'd probably mark this level, this all-time high, just to know, like, maybe that's I don't know, like a reaction level. Profit target, whatever. So I'll just drop to the 1 hour. So I know it's bullish. Now the 1 hour. Let's see what we're looking at. Now we're gonna start looking at the trend and look at for higher highs and higher lows, because we know it's bullish. You see, we know the trend is bullish because it makes a lower low, a lower high, lower low, lower high. Lower highs are just breaking. Lower low and lower high, so we're missing another lower low and another lower high up here. But yeah, that's basically what we're seeing. It's up bullish. And yeah, so let's see what we can see. So right here, obviously bullish, came back, broke this high, came back. It had a little pullback right here. I don't know if that's a big enough pullback, honestly, because but I mean, nah, I think it's good enough. But it's just that we're having a doji candle right here. This candle right here, you guys see right here, this one that's two lines wicked up to the top to the bottom, but it closed off in the middle. It's usually called like a doji candle, I'm pretty sure. And the doji candle is just indecisive. So right now, price is bullish, but sellers want to sell around here. As you can see, the higher time from 1 hour, price comes up to this level, and it comes down. Comes up, doesn't know what to do, and starts looking like it wants to push down some more. And it might even break this low, and we might even could get in for lows and aim for a little low. I don't think it's gonna turn around and go full bearish because it's a higher time frame, and higher time frame is bullish. But I can see it dropping down some more, honestly, because this is a strong resistance level. Let's zoom out a little bit. Yeah, you see, this is a strong resistance level. You see, if you look at the history, price always played around here. Literally played right on this line. Kept rejected, hit rejected. It literally hit this line. And pushed this much. So that level is strong. So that's a level we need to look at. And if it breaks above that, then we're pretty bullish. So I would put an indication above here, and this could be your trade setup. So I'm gonna show you guys the trading setup in the 3-step ways of the strategy. Right here, we're gonna look at this. Mark this as a high. So let's mark this as a high, and this is a high. I like to make mine oranges. My breakup structures for the lower highs or the higher lows or whatever, I like them orange, so it's just easier. So let's trade replay. So we're gonna replay trading. We're gonna break down. No, actually, we're gonna back test. We're gonna break down here. So I'm gonna show you guys what we're doing. So boom, I'm on a higher time frame, right? I see we're bullish. Okay, so now I'm gonna look for a pullback. Actually, should I show you guys? Yes, I'm gonna show you guys this one. Okay, let me show you guys this one. You guys are gonna love this one. I'm gonna put you guys up on game, honestly. Um, let's do it right here. Okay, so boom. That's the higher low. This is the higher high. So right here, what we would do when we wake up and we're gonna start to trade, what we would do, if you're focused on a higher time frame, we want price. We want this candle to either break above this power level, break above this resistance level, right, and change directions to keep going up, because it shows sellers are here, and sellers don't want price to break here because they want to go down and break here and keep going down. But the buyers, if they're strong enough, if the sellers are selling here for 10 million, the buyers have 20 million, they're gonna break through here like nothing. So that's what we want. We want either the price to break down here or through here. Honestly, we could look for shorts too, but let's see what price does. So we just wait. Boom, price breaks above. So step one of the strategy for ICC is indication. So this is an indication. What is an indication? We want price to tell us where it wants to go. You know, instead of us trying to predict, we wait and we see where price wants to go. It's showing us and telling us, price is saying, hey, you know what? I broke this high. That means that there's a lot of buyers in us and we're looking to go higher. So our bias, we shouldn't really even be looking at shorts or thinking about them. Now we're thinking about buys. So boom, that's an indication. So indication is just a break of structure of a higher time frame or a smaller time frame. It's just a break of structure. Indication is just a break of structure. Indication is just a break of structure. This is a structure, right? Because price came down, lower low, made a lower low, came back up to get liquidity and keep pushing down, possibly to make continue the bearish, trend, but it didn't. Pulled up, made a lower high, and it just started consolidating and pushed up. It changed trends. So instead of this lower high coming down and making a new lower low, it made a lower high, came down, consolidated, and then the trend just flipped. So now it's bullish. So instead of lower low, now it's making a higher high. So now we need step two of the strategy. So step one is I and then CC. Step one is I, indication. We got indication, which is this right here, this break of structure. Then our step two is a three-step strategy. Step two is correction. Correction is just liquidity grab. So we want price to make, since it made change directions, it made a higher high. Price by nature to be healthy needs to come down and grab money to break through this level and break through these levels. So what does it need to do? Come down and grab money. So it's going to come down after the higher high broke. It's going to come down and make a what? What is it going to make? A higher low, right? And after it makes a higher low and price comes down like this, it has a possibility, most likely, since we're trending bullish and price showed us it wants to go up after the correction, we can enter here on the smaller time frame after it pushes back up. Or no, yeah, that would be a good entry. I'll show you guys in a bit. But yeah, we're looking for price to go like this. So make indication, come down, make the correction. And you guys, what I try to focus on is fair value gaps. A fair value gap is just a pattern of 3 candles, but the first candle and the third candle, their wicks are not touching between between the middle candle. For instance, I'll show you guys. The reason I use fair value gaps is because when price usually breaks out like this, it creates a fair value gap, which means there's a lot of volume. And fair value gap is just, it's just this box. You see, look. I know my nieces are outside. I know, a little loud, It's okay. This is a fair value gap right here, right? Because the first candle, the third candle, their wicks did not touch. You see how the wick, they don't touch. There's a gap right here. That means that price wants to come and it needs to fill this. Most of the time, price needs to come down and touch these areas to grab this liquidity and close this gap. It's a gap and it needs to come down and close it. Usually when it comes down and closes it, it doesn't want to push down anymore. It stops and it starts consolidating. This is consolidation, guys, just in case you don't know. It started going like this. Sideways, 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 sideways. Right? That's consolidation. And then it starts breaking up. And when it starts breaking up, that's when you can enter for your trade on the smaller time frame. So that's what we're looking for. Step 1, indication, break of structure. So that's what it is, higher time frame. Step 2, correction. So now we're going to drop. For our correction phase, we would like to drop to the 15-minute or the 5-minute. That's going to be our entry. So we're going to look at that. Let's let price come back down or keep going back up. Let's see. Okay. Let's mark this so we could focus on a higher time frame. So we're going to mark this 4-hour. Okay, so that's the 4-hour fair value gap. So we're looking for price to come down here and tap in. Because that's the, okay, boom. You see how price literally just tapped that. Look at that. We're going to drop on a 1 hour and see what price does so we can catch that tap into this 4-hour fair value gap. Because this is going to be our correction. This right here is a down. We're not focused. We don't care what the smaller time frames are doing right now, bro. We don't care. We're trying to follow the trend on a higher time frame. So we could just ride this baby out, right? So, excuse me, motherfuckers. So boom, we're waiting for price to come down and tap into this fair value gap and fill it. Boom, it tapped. Hold on, give me a second. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it tapped. So what we're going to do is look for an entry. We're going to drop down to the 15-minute and in the 5-minute if we want even better entries. But 15 minutes is good to start off. So let's look at the 15-minute, and what we're going to do is we're going to look for lower highs and higher highs, or lower lows and higher lows. So right now we're going to look for structure. There's not really any structure. Okay, this can be a possible structure right here, right? Lower high and a higher low. Lower high and a higher, and then lower high. I mean lower low and then lower high. So boom, price is playing, came down, try to push up, and then wick down, and then volume push down. So this is a possible resistance level, lower high, 15 minutes. Let's look at the 5-minute. It looks more clear. You see on the 5-minute, it looks more clear. It's more structure. So what we would do is, since we're working on the higher time frame, remember guys, we're up here on the higher time frame. We've seen this break of structure. That's our indication. Now we're looking at the step 2, which is the correction. Price came all the way down to the 4-hour time frame, which we wanted, right? And it's corrected. So now step 3, we're looking on the smaller time frame, 15-minute or 5-minute. We look for price to come to our area of interest, wherever that's at. For us, it was this higher time frame fair value gap. Once price came down to that area of interest, what we do there is we look for step 3, which is step 1 is indication, step 2 is correction, step 3 is continuation. So on the higher time frame, we're going to try to look and see if we can find the trend. Since it's a downtrend right here, we're going to see if we can break up here and start continuing high. Because if we can get in as soon as the break of structure, and this could be our entry right here, if it breaks to the upside, that means that we have a high possibility of making big money. Why? Because not only did the trend switch on the smaller time frame and it wants to go up, and it's showing and indicating to us that it's tired of going down, it doesn't have money and it needs to go up. And not even just that, but if you look at the higher time frame, we're bullish. I don't know if you guys forgot, but we're literally bullish. We're making lower lows. I mean, higher highs and lower lows, higher highs, lower lows. Then we're going to make a new higher high, a new lower low, and then we're going to break above all-time high and make a higher high and another higher low, and then keep breaking above that. So we're just starting it. We're literally getting in right here and just riding that whole baby out. So boom, that's where we're at. If price breaks above here, we're going to enter, and that's where we're going to aim for. Our TPs are going to be the 1-hour TP, so it's going to be right here, TP. And then the second TP is up here. But yeah, so let's look at price. 5-minute time frame so we can get a better entry. I want a strong break of structure above that level. We can get in long. So that's going to be step 3. You see, this could already be your entry. But me, out of way, just, oh my God, you see, that was perfect. You could get in right here, but I would wait for more power, honestly. I would get in right here, around here. I know. You could put your stop loss literally at the low. I would put it at the low because this is more safe. But since that's a big risk, I don't know. Honestly, this would be a good entry. You don't even need to do all that. And just put this baby at the low. And then now trend swifted. Swift is changed. So it was right here, lower low, lower high, lower low. Instead of making a lower high and back down, breaking this to a lower low, it went lower high, consolidated, broke the lower high, and made a higher high. So now we're looking for price to come down and make a higher low, and then keep it going up. So that's ICC, and yeah. So we could aim for up here for like 1 to 3. But yeah, that's ICC, bro. So you guys know. And yeah, I've been doing good with the strategies. Just opening my top step account. I'm trying to get funded, and man, honestly, like I'm blessed. Like I know how to trade, and this ICC's thing is amazing. And right here, look, when you guys are in profit, it's up to you guys to trail stops. The way I trail stops, honestly, is not by putting a trail stop or by taking profits every TP. Honestly, what I would do is pretend this is my stop loss right here. Let me make it white, because you know the whites. Never mind. I'm just playing, guys. Fuck. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I'm sorry. Let me quit cussing. What I would do to keep my stop loss more secured is, I would first of all, you're in profit. You don't need to keep your stop loss down here to risk this anymore. I would first of all, step one is move it to break even. So now you're losing $0. So the worst day you could possibly have is losing $0 if this is your price action looking like this profit up here, but stop loss in the break even. You're losing $0. It's a great day. That's a win. What I would do is I want to make sure price is still in my favor, and I would put my stop loss under an area where I see price isn't going to be in my favor anymore. For instance, this higher low. So remember, it's making a trend even on the smaller time frame. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and it's going to break above, higher high. It keeps doing that. So if it breaks below and makes a lower low, then that's showing me price wants to start trending downwards. So what I would do is first put my stop loss right here, boom, profit. Then it makes a higher high, makes a lower low, and it breaks. I would put my stop loss then more up here behind this higher low. Then if price breaks above here, above this high, I would put my stop loss right here above this low. Feel me? And it didn't. But my stop loss wouldn't be there because it didn't break above this high. It would be right here. So if it goes down, I would probably get stopped out. Let's see if I get stopped out. And yeah, you would get stopped out right there. So trend is starting to switch on the smaller time frame. That's okay. You would get stopped out for approximately a 101. Literally, yeah, like you would get stopped out for a 101. That's if you really want to trail your stop losses to profit. You could just keep it at break even the whole time. You have a high possibility trade's gonna just hit your TP, but you also have a chance you'll just making no money. See, if you kept it at break even instead of following the constant lows, you'd probably be up in profit. It's up to every individual. But yes, guys, I wanted to show you guys my trading strategy, ICC, and teach you guys a little something. And yeah, I'm gonna be looking at Nasdaq and gold for Monday, and I'm heavily invested in Tesla and Solana. So we'll see how that'll be playing out this week as well. So before we get off the charts with you guys, let's look at the recent price action. So we make higher time frame to showing we're bullish, right? Higher time frame showing we're bullish. Higher time frame showing that if we really want to break above this level. So we drop on the 1 hour time frame. We look at the high. It's starting to wick, but it's starting to break above this level right here. So let's drop 15 continuation. Let's look at, so boom. Say we were going to enter on the ICC, right? Higher time frame indication, correction, continuation. Let's look on the smaller time frame and we'll see if we can find a correction. This is the correction of the higher time frame. Now we need a continuation. The continuation would be right here. As you can tell, there's a whole lot of resistance. This is a high. And as soon as price broke right here, you could possibly get in for the higher time frame longs around right here. And just keep your stop loss right under that low right there. And just aim for this. 1 to 3. TP hit right there. You would have hit TP right there. Boom, perfect. Out that bitch. But if you want to risk it, I would personally risk all-time high up here. You go on 1 to 3, 1 to 3.5. But yeah, if price breaks above here, we could possibly get in for long as a possible scalp to the upside. But yeah, I'm just going to put alarms around these areas and see what price wants to do. And yeah, so ICC, shout out Sai on YouTube, SCI, show him love. Let him know, Guzman, I'm still trying to figure this whole shit out. But yeah, bro, I'm here for the long run and I'm here to make it happen. I don't care if I get any views. I'm going to post every single day. And that's what I'm doing. I already said it. So I'm thankful, I'm blessed, and yeah, so let's see what the week has for us, and let's have a profitable week. I'm blessed, and you guys take care. God bless you guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys, and yeah, have a great week. God bless, and take care of yourself. Be different, follow your dreams, and if people think you're delusional, that's good, motherfucker. Embrace it. God bless you guys. Mwah. Love you guys.